Hello and welcome to my patch notes rundown for the 6th of May. It's been a few months since my last patch notes video since I was away on a trip across Japan, and somehow there haven't been many notable updates in a while. Anyways, this week introduces one of the first Game Jam updates focusing on some great stuff surrounding farming. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Existing grapevine seeds have been renamed to Godly Grapevine Seeds. Added new grapevine seeds to grow existing normal cooking grapes. When harvesting grapevines or godly grapevines, the frame will no longer be removed. Added tooltips to the magic secateurs and the nature amulet. On both of these items, it says that they increase the success rate when I'm pretty sure it means to say that they increase the yield. Also, I wish that instead of using terminologies like slightly or moderately to measure something, they would just be open with the exact numbers so players can make the better decision on whether it's worth getting. Players no longer require a farming reputation of 4,000 to unlock the ability to grow a 4th spirit tree. Instead, 114 farming is the only requirement. Instead, 4,000 farming reputation now unlocks an increased chance of getting unchecked animals. The flower harvester unlock level requirements have been reduced and players will now always harvest a minimum of 3 flowers. This is a good change and will yield a higher quantity of flowers across the board, and as flower farming is a low level activity, the benefits should reflect that and be unlocked at low levels. The everlasting incense unlock from Garden of Corid has been replaced by a new unlock called Make Sense, which provides a 10% chance to make an extra incense stick when adding the herb. By default, incense sticks and prayer powders are no longer cleared upon death. This is an amazing change. Quality of life additions like these should never be locked behind rewards. Reward slots aren't meant to fix broken systems like death costs. They should enhance gameplay to make something that already works even more fun to use or interact with. The next feature that I would love to see be made a default passive is the Infernal Puzzle Box 3 benefit, which is that adrenaline is no longer drained outside of combat. Since stalling adrenaline is massive in PvM but not fun to do or intuitive to know about. The Cave Nightshade farming XP has been reduced from 510 to 330, but the harvest quantity has been increased. The XP nerf seems pretty severe even though it's not a notable training method, and unfortunately I couldn't get enough data to measure the yield increase. However, if the intention was to keep the total XP received from the harvest the same, then the yield increase would be around 50%. The Jade Vine farm XP has been increased from 30 to 250. Herb seeds, grimy herbs, clean herbs, unfinished potions, and herb farming patches have been recolored to be more distinct. This isn't that big of a deal, but I think it's good that it's easier to make distinctions between herb appearances. Although I do think that the unfinished potions are too vibrant and should have their saturation toned down so they're not confused with finished potions. As an example, take the comparison of an unfinished Bloodweed potion and a Prayer Renewal potion. They look practically the same. Herb patch names have been replaced by whatever players have planted. The examine options of seeds now state the farming level requirement. Continuing with general patch updates. Bloodwelds in the heart of Gielinor now require 50 Slayer. Regular Bloodwelds now have a slightly reduced stats. Change the Slayer XP of Bloodwelds. Update the drop tables of regular and mutated Bloodwelds, and they're now more likely to drop congealed blood. Update crystal chakrams so that they can be augmented. The attack range of crystal bows has been increased from 7 to 9. And that's it for this week's patch notes. This was a really solid Game Jam update and I'm excited to see what follows. Anyways, that's it from me. Thank you for watching and take care.